2022 was a brilliant year, unless, of course, you were part of one of the many tragedies that happened during the year, in which case, it wasn't great. What was it? That can't be the intro. 2022 was a great year for me. Fuck you. Now, I'm not one for New Year's resolutions. However, there are some changes that I want to make in 2023. First and foremost being, I would like to not miss out on life because I'm too busy editing a 3-hour video on The Witcher that gives me brain cancer and nearly kills me in the span of a year and a half. Oh, editing James here. I just wanted to disclaimer. I didn't actually ever have brain cancer. That might be insensitive for anyone that maybe has dealt with cancer before. That was meant to just be a joke because I have something wrong with my head and I don't know what it is, and everyone keeps saying I have brain cancer as a joke. I don't. I have something undiagnosed. Don't know what it is. No one does. But I don't have cancer, so there is that. I thought I would mention it now. Anyway. But other than changing the way that I work so that I have more time to, see my mother more than once every 2 months, or, go travel to places with my girlfriend, or, just sit and cuddle my dog. Look at him, look at him, sweet little guy. You wouldn't want to take me away from this guy, would you? Would you? There are some things that concern you as an audience. So, it's the 2023 channel relaunch, motherfuckers. And I have so many cool things. I don't know why I called you that. You're alright. Life is a lot like the chapters of a book. When one ends, another one obviously begins. Unless it's the final chapter, in which case, you're dead. 2022 was the closing of one chapter, and 2023 is the opening of another. And I thought it made sense to have a video right in the middle to differentiate the two, because there is a lot changing, but I am so excited for what I've got planned. And so I thought I'd give you a rundown, tell you exactly where I'm at, what we're doing, how things are changing, why they're changing, and do it in as quick as I can, because I don't want to waste your time. Let's go. You may have noticed, if YouTube's updated in time, all the channel art is now different. I decided it was time for an overhaul. Things are moving on. It's the first time since 2015 that I've not had a piece of channel art, character art done by Tyler's brother Harlan. He did great stuff for us for so many years with the Kill Connor Club, the As Always podcast, everything like that. But with everything changing, with it being a new era, it made sense for me to go in a bit of a different style. And Monroe, my boy, he has hooked me up once again. He's done some work for Eddie in the past. He's done some work for me in the past. He's also just done some random art of my character in Witcher style. He's incredible. He does bits and bobs and pieces. So if you are in the market for some art, maybe check out Monroe. I'll leave his links down below. Instagram and Twitter. Check him out. Check out his stuff. Maybe give him some work. But on top of just the character art, of course, we've got entirely new channel art for all of my channels, being this one. It's Lasboy, and it's Lasboy VODs. So there you go. I've gone with a bit of a neon theme to match sort of my Twitch HUD layout, and I thought it was finally time to do something a bit different, and I'm happy with it. I like it. Now, the biggest change moving on from 2022 is the fact that the 4 Pillars and As Always is no longer really an official proper thing anymore. The 4 Pillars, we're still always going to be the 4 Pillars, but 4 Pillars Network is retired pretty much, as is As Always, and that means I really do have to move on in a bit of a new direction. Me and Tyler started As Always in 2017. Before that, we'd already been working for a few years together on podcasts and things like that, so it feels strange to be stepping into uncharted territory, but it is also very exciting too. Reason being, because Tyler's sort of moved on to other things and other endeavors, and I'm sort of staying in a similar space, I have basically commandeered the As Always Patreon, and it is now overhauled into a Lasers Patreon. If you like this channel, if you like what I do here, and you want to help me in making bigger, better videos that are just helping me produce the best shit that I can, then Patreon is the place to support me. And it's not just a place to support me, it's a place where I'm going to give you access to a ton of stuff. And I'm really excited about what I got planned here. There's a video over on the Patreon that details everything in a lot more detail, but I thought I would let you know here just a couple of the things that I'm offering over there that I think are really cool. First off, the As Always $1 entry tier, it still exists and will remain forever. It gives you access for just $1 to all of the backlog of As Always content, being Clubhouse or any other collabs that me and Tyler did together that are exclusive to Patreon. It also gives you access to any future collabs that me and Tyler do together on Patreon, whether it's coming back for some extra Clubhouses or whatever it might be. And on top of that, you also get access to the As Always Discord server, which is where all As Always members hang out and have a bit of a chat. But where things are different, and what I'm really looking forward to, is the next tier up from that, which is the $3.50 tier, which is the Lasers Vault. This is where you get early access to every single one of my main channel uploads. It could be something like just 24 hours early or maybe a week early. It really depends on the video and exactly where I'm at with it. You also obviously get your credits at the end of every single main channel video as well. They'll be on screen just kind of scrolling by and shit. But the bit that I really am excited for is the 3 main shows that I'm going to be putting out monthly over on Patreon for everyone pledging $3.50. The first of which being Quickfire Topics, something I used to do on the main channel but sort of retired. I'm bringing it back, but I'm bringing it back for Patreon. And if you're pledging $3.50, you also get to submit the topics as well. So they'll be selected from Patreon topics, and it'll be exclusive to Patreon, and that's on there for people that want to check it out. Another thing that I thought would be really fun, since Ethan is retiring his and I kind of commented that too, is Actual Comments Lasers Edition. I'll be doing one episode every single month where I go through comments that I find, that I get on my channel, that I think are funny, that are stupid, that are mean, and we talk about them and we make fun of them, and it's a bit of fun, it's a bit of a laugh, and that's going to be really cool too. But the thing that I'm most excited for that I'm putting on Patreon is the relaunch of the Jazz Lounge podcast. Now, this podcast is experimental and we're going to see where it goes, and it should develop over time, but the idea is every single episode I get on a brand new guest, someone that you know from our community, someone that I have been friends with in the past, a creator that maybe I've never spoken to before, or someone else within the gaming industry, and I talk to them one-on-one about them as people, their interests, their hobbies, why they got into doing what they're doing, things they're passionate about, other topics in general, just chatting with them one-on-one as a human being rather than like interviewing them as like a YouTuber or a creator or whoever they might be. Just like a laid back, let's just hang out, let's just chat a little bit, let's talk about normal things like normal people. And I think it's something unique that you don't really have in this space, and it's something that I would like to try, and there's a lot of creators I'd love to talk to, so I thought, why not make it into a show as well and just sit down and chat to a bunch of people. I've got a big list. Not everyone's going to say yes to me, obviously, but I've already had a few people that have agreed, and you know, those are going to be coming soon. The first episode is actually out right now on Patreon, so if you want to go give it a listen, go head over, give it a listen. It was a really good chat, and hopefully you enjoy that and want to pledge for a little bit more in the future. I've got some interesting guests on the way. Each episode as well will feature an intro segment that can be anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes of me just updating you on where I'm at. And as well, if you're pledging on one of the later tiers, you get to submit topics for Jazz Lounge 2, where I can go through at the beginning of every episode and hear how you guys are doing as well, in a sort of Clubhouse style format, but a little bit more short form than that, because I thought that would be fun. But I am very, very excited for Jazz Lounge. I'm very excited for it, and I can't wait to really get into the meat of it and start putting those episodes out there on Patreon, because I think it's going to be really, really cool. On top of that, there are a ton of other tiers that you can pledge to if you're interested in supporting me more and getting more back. There's a bunch of stuff that I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to be doing it consistently. I'm just really excited to have this be a platform where you can support me if you enjoy my stuff, but not just that, I can give back to you a lot of different content too that I think, you know, a lot of people would appreciate it. You know, there's a bit there for everybody, and I'm looking forward to, you know, hopefully growing it and just giving back more as time goes on. So head over to Patreon. The link is down in the description if you want to support me. Check out the tiers, check out the rewards. Maybe you'll find something interested in. I also have a few stretch goals over there too, if you want to check those out for some interesting things. I don't think we're ever going to reach those goals, but if we do, well, they're there. The next thing that's brand new that I'm really looking forward to is the launch of my brand new podcast that I'm doing with my brother, George Longeared Fox, formerly one of the Four Pillars as well. The Horsey and Fox podcast, episode 1 is out right now. The link is down in the description over on the Horsey and Fox YouTube channel. Give it a subscribe because we'll be posting there bi-weekly every single other Monday. We'll be talking about video game news, movies, television, but on top of that, we'll also be just catching you up on ourselves, talking about things that are happening in the world. As well as that, George's Recommended makes a return, where we go through videos that George has found online that he thinks are funny or entertaining or interesting, and we react to them. And as well, there is a Patreon topic submitted segment that is a bit similar to Clubhouse, where you can submit topics through the Lasers Patreon to appear on the Horsey and Fox podcast. So if anyone does pledge on that tier and wants to leave any topics, then that is there for you to do. You can tell us stories, you can ask us questions about absolutely anything, you can leave us advice topics where you want our advice on a situation you might be in, anything like that. That's going to be there too. So it's a bit of an amalgamation of all the things that I've done, whether it be As Always podcast, Four Pillars podcast, Clubhouse, Horsey and Fox, all in one place in a podcast. Episode 1 is up now. Head over to the link in the description, give it a listen, give it a look. It's also on podcast services, and that's going to be really, really exciting. I am very much looking forward to kicking that podcast off, getting some more episodes out, and just seeing where the wind takes us. It's going to be really cool, and hopefully it fills that void that's left by not having any of the podcasts anymore that have been there for so many years. So there is that. Now, the main thing I obviously do is make YouTube videos. So what's going on with YouTube videos then, James? You haven't talked about those? You're right, I haven't. Let's talk about those. I talk about this a little bit more on the first episode of Jazz Lounge, but to go over it briefly, over the past few years, I have got so into my work that I've forgotten to live my life. And so, like I said at the top of the video, the major thing I want to do is not work myself so fucking hard. I'm going to take it a little bit easier this year because I don't want to work myself to death. There are things that I want to do. I want to live life, and hopefully through the support of Patreon, I will be able to spend more time making videos. I won't feel under so much pressure. I'll be able to get stuff out when it's ready and to the best of my ability without it, killing me, because that's bad. But in terms of actual content, the first major video of the year that will be out hopefully in a couple of weeks, I can't promise anything, but hopefully in a couple of weeks, will be my God of War Ragnarok critique, which I am very, very proud of. The script, I think, is really, really strong. It's a very interesting video, and whether you agree or disagree, I think you're going to watch it and be like, this was a really interesting watch. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people that will just be angry because they don't agree with me, but if you have a brain, you can disagree and engage with the critique as well, because that's the point of my content. I don't make stuff so that people agree or disagree and go good take, bad take. I make a thing so that people go interesting, whether you agree or disagree, it's interesting. And that's sort of the goal of what I want to do with more content this year, is really dive into the analytical, critical side of things and really look at it from, I would like to have more, actual discussions with people in the comments, rather than just be people going oh, you're an idiot. Okay, bro, let's, calm down. It's a video game. Let's just talk about it, as critically as possible and actually enjoy that process, which is what I enjoy so much. You know what I mean? I don't try to like something or try to dislike something. I just take it as it is, and then I just analyze the aspects of it and how it made me feel, because I enjoy that process. And I think my God of War Ragnarok is going to be really fun. After that will be my AC1 retrospective. It's coming, alright? It's coming. I will do it. It'll be my AC1 retrospective, and then I never have to talk about Assassin's Creed again. It's over. It's done, unless we hit those stretch goals, in which case I will have to. But we'll never hit those, so it's absolutely completely fine. AC1 video is coming, alright? It's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to making it. I just need to get this God of War video done first, okay? Once it's done, I'll work on the AC1 video, and then we're free to do whatever we want. There are a few anniversaries coming up, things like Grand Theft Auto 5, Red Dead Redemption 2, other things. Spider-Man is coming up on its 5 years. There's anniversaries coming up. So retrospectives are going to be happening this year. A few of them, I'm sure. And I'm really looking forward to those, because I think that's going to be, a ton of fun. Looking back at old things is often more fun than, making a big critique on a new thing. I enjoy that almost more. So I think, we'll have a decent few retrospectives this year where we can take a look back at some old games and, see how they hold up. How do I feel about them? It's going to be fun, especially Red Dead 2. That is going to be such a fun video. I'm looking forward to that. And of course, like I said at the end of last year, but I'll reiterate, no advent calendar this year. Can't do it. It's too much. No, not happening. Christmassy things I'll still do, whether it's on It's Lasboy or Twitch, but not here. It's done. It's over. We're done. It's done. Thank you, but we're done. And the final thing is my Twitch, which, if you didn't know, I stream on Twitch pretty regularly. The relaunch on that's pretty much already happened. I'm already streaming. I'm already back. VODs go up on It's Lasboy VODs. Edited streams go up on It's Lasboy. and I stream pretty regularly. I want to do some more one-off type streams where like me and Elle would just do something dumb, or like play a new game or do something, or like I just do something random that's not just like, you know, a series. But also I want to get back into Final Fantasy, start playing Final Fantasy 8 because I've been stuck on I've been playing 7 and the compilation for so long. I'm ready to move on to 8. On top of that, I still need to finish the Crisis Core Plat. I still need to finish Bloodborne. So those are things that I will be doing over on Twitch. And yeah, just thank you to everybody over there that you know, watches me on a regular basis, and you know, subscribers, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to doing more with Twitch this year. I love it. I absolutely love streaming. It's so fun. It's one of the best things that I do, you know, here online. So you know, I'm really looking forward to get back into that, and hopefully you are too, and hopefully maybe we get some new people, maybe we get some new people join, and maybe we can grow Twitch and it'll be really nice. Or not, I don't really mind. I just have fun with it. It's a good time. But that's it, I think. I've been recording for a while. Hopefully I managed to edit this down into, you know, a shorter video that's not super long, because I don't need it to be that long. I'm really excited for this year. I've got a lot of plans. I got a lot coming, a lot going on, and hopefully you guys are on board. Hopefully you want to join me for that, and hopefully it's a vibe. Whether it's for streams, videos, Patreon, or podcasts, I'm looking forward to it. And hopefully you come along for the ride, and we take it somewhere, you know? I want to take it somewhere. I like to grow a little bit. I've been kind of just like sitting pretty like content with where I am, but it'd be nice to grow the channel a little bit, to really push myself out there a little bit and do some more, because I feel like I've just been a bit too content with where I am, a bit too comfortable. So doing all of these things and you know, really trying to do that, and you know, better myself by, you know, actually living life, you know, going out and doing things. Maybe by the end of this year, you know, we can see, you know, I'd be in a different position. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I'm excited, but that's it from me. Thank you all so much for the support over the years, and for your continued support, and I'll see you soon for that God of War Ragnarok video. Go check out the Horsey and Fox podcast. Episode 1 is up now. Go check out Jazz Lounge. Episode 1 is out now on Patreon, and I will see you all very soon. Catch you later, everybody. Bye-bye.